Hello, everyone. Let's talk about Big Red here for a moment. And I do have a cold, so sorry about that. But like you've seen this in another video if you're unfortunate enough. But just want to talk about a few things on this bike before we lean towards getting a gold wing. This bike does, which I was kind of surprised, does have dual disc on the front here. And I'll show you that front tire too. That'll last another couple of years, I think. Maybe not. Maybe one more season. Okay, let me show you a couple of things that got a key slot on the side here. Turn it to the left, pops open the gas tank. And I've never had any water get in here. You think there's not really a good seal, but I've never had it. I never opened it up, had a puddle of water. I mean, it does have a drain. I've never had any problems with it. Then if you turn it here and turn it to the right, it'll unlatch that seat. And I don't want to do that right now. And then, like I said, it's got a nice seat on this bike. There you go. This is obviously the passenger seat. Still looks brand new. And it's got this nice little, I think if I turn the camera here, you're not going to really be able to see it. But it's got a nice little backrest here. And then with the Nelson rig up here, you can lean against it, no problem. Passengers have their own foot pegs. And you can see they're still brand new. So, and then these storage compartments were just not big enough for me. Let me see. Yeah, let's open this one up, I guess. They're not the easiest open during the winter. There you go. So there's not much room in here. There's where the little toolkit goes, which has 0 tools in it. And I still have it. I'm going to put it back on the bike. In fact, now that I have it open, let's just throw it in there. But these sides get maybe occasionally dusty. They don't really, no water, nothing. So, and then when you go close it, see that little gap like that where it's kind of rubbing. But I kind of just lift up from the bottom just so I don't break it. They're pretty tough though, I will say that. And then with this key, you can't take it out unless you lock it back up. So I don't know what to think about that. First I was kind of upset about it, but then again, you know, you don't lose your key or lock your key inside there or whatever. All right, so turn this key on. I am kind of surprised that battery is still holding the charge. And then there, let me see if I can get you guys there. There's that low ambient temperature. Right here they are. These are the controls to operate the gauge. Press down or up, and then set for OK. So, see if you guys can see it. Now I'm just going to do the bottom gauge where it says 22. Let me see. 22 miles. That's trip A. And then it has trip B, which I like. It has 2 tripometers. This is the air temperature, and believe it or not, it's accurate. It's what it is right now. It's what it says on my phone. I almost never use that. There's how many miles on this beautiful bike. Very fun miles, too. And then we're back to trip A. Now I'm going to push up on the select button right here. That operates the top one where it says average speed. Now, this is one setting I use all the time. trip time. Just so, no, I take it back. I don't, I used to, when I started riding, I used to use all the time. Or you can have it go blank. Instant fuel, which is absolutely a waste of time because it doesn't make any sense. Average fuel is 48.7. So I just filled it up, rode the bike just a short distance in town, and that was it. Average speed, I don't check that. Like I said, I don't use trip time. I used to, that way I know, oh, maybe I should get off. This is what I do. Now, I don't know why. I am just keep obsessed seeing what I'm getting per gallons. I don't know why. But anyhow, you come back over here and you press down both the buttons at the same time. You bring up this other menu. Well, there you go. That controls the brightness. And then you can change the clock, units to a different language. I'm not sure, or you can default them all. Then you hit exit, and you can just hit the select, and it goes back to where it was. So that's pretty good. I like that. It's not overcomplicated. Oh, and then when you start up, you get all these warning lights, which didn't stay on very long. Let me see if I can. Yep, there you go. Does not have automatic turn signal cancel. You got to do it manually, and you get used to that. Get the high beam. So I haven't really looked that up. I'm just assuming it's just too cold to run. I wouldn't even think about trying to start it. But yeah, it's pretty good. Got a nice little horn. It's got the 4 ways, which I use all the time when I'm in the construction zone and nobody's behind me. So that way they can see that something's going on up front. I didn't think I'd use them, but I do. And then over here, it's obviously the start button and emergency shut-off button. So that covers that. And then here are these little side pockets. Another useless thing on the bike. I can't really show you in there, but they're not very big. So wait a minute now. Maybe I can. Woo! Maybe bright. Yeah, see, they're pretty useless. I couldn't even put my wallet in there. Right, what I keep in there is a little pocket knife. That little red pen is for my Garmin, which I never use, and should probably just take it out of there. But they do stay shut. They don't get any water in them. And then the same one on this pocket. You just got to press down. And then I have there's a little black thing for your kickstand. So if you park on grass and sand, you can throw it down, kick it underneath your kickstand. Then I got a piece of twine to it, and I put it up on the handlebar. So when I get back on the bike, I can just tilt the bike, put up the kickstand, and pull up that little, I don't know what you call that kickstand thing. But yeah, that's it. That's what you get when you get a 1300 CTX. I can't tell you anything technical like the engine and stuff. Like I said, I don't know anything about motorcycles or repairs. I'm still patting myself on the back from doing the oil change. It's a beautiful bike. The seats held up perfect. I like them when they're stiff. I like them. So passenger, passenger got the little handle. You got your own foot pegs. I installed a 12-volt system into it. So now one of the reasons, like I said, I want to get rid of Big Red, which kind of say that half grimace because really love this bike. But it doesn't, there's not enough storage compartment space for me. You can buy those inserts, which might make a big difference. Another guy was talking about this in storage, and he had those. So you can put your clothes in those. I don't know. the storage and then the big one. It's no cruise control. You can't put it on here. So the Gold Wings have that. And then one side thing is reverse. The Gold Wings I'm looking at have reverse. And there's been a couple times I've been in some tight situations trying to get out of a area, and it's like a bunch of loose gravel keeps kicking out from underneath my feet when I'm getting out. So that'd be nice. It's not one of the reasons for getting rid of the Big Red, but you know, it's another reason for it. And then, like I said about this tire, this about drives me nuts. You can still see some of that new paint on it. You know, I was thinking this tire is getting bad, but I might be able to go another season on this tire. I don't know. I'll have them look at it, but it looks like it might be all right. You know, it's getting in there, but it's still a little gouge in here, so it's not level. So, but I got at least 10,000 miles on that tire. On my older bikes, boy, you could go a couple of years on them. Plastics held up. Like I said, they don't leak at all. So, and I wash this bike like during the summer, once a week minimum, sometimes twice a week. You know, and I definitely wax it like every 3 weeks. So, and then the mirrors too, I didn't really mention that. You can see my hand in there. Let me see, I have to get lower, I guess. See, the mirror's kind of blocked, so you're really only going to be using about this much, you know, unless you kind of can look over here at an angle. They do kind of tend to just shoot up and look at your hands, but if you look around it and ignore it, I have never had any problems using the mirrors. That's one of the complaints. I don't know if these adjust or not. I don't feel like they do. Nope. Feel like they're pretty much, you know, that's it. So there's no adjusting them at all. I've seen other people put mirrors up here. I don't know. I don't like that look. And then you have up here in the windshield these slots to let air in, which is nice. But I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I really feel that air coming through or not. Obviously, it's going to be coming through, especially if you're doing, well, let's not say how fast, but I've never had any problems with it. And a couple of people said, well, the heat from the engine's uncomfortable. I've never had this, and I've ridden this bike when it's 108 out. Wasn't one of my favorite things, but got that hot when I was out riding. I didn't feel like I was burning up or anything. I don't know if you can put... Yeah, I think somebody did. I'm not sure, though, if you can put highway pegs on or not. I don't know. But this is a great bike, so if you just want to jump on it and go and ride with your friends and stuff. But I think if you're going to go on long trips, I think you can do long trips on any bike, even a 250. It all depends how much you want to put up with. I've seen these younger drivers with these big backpacks on them, even just driving around in town. So that's why I carry the Nelson rig there. And I forgot that Nelson rig turns into a backpack. That's what the other straps were for. So if I sell this bike to an individual person, then I'll let them have the backpack. But if I trade it in dealership, that's coming off, and then I'm going to give that away because I won't need it for the Gold Wing, especially if I end up buying a gray one with the pinstripes. But yeah, that's about it. That's the basic to it. There's really nothing to the bike. It's fuel injected, I do know that. So there's no carbs cleaning. Like I said, zero. I love the bike. So my choice is to pay it off and keep it, and then buy a Gold Wing. And I thought about it, but then I said, you know, I'm not going to ride two bikes. So, and I'm going to start riding the Gold Wing long distances up towards Minocqua. And stay up there, because I don't have to stay here. Just because I own this place, I don't have to stay here. I can stay at any hotel for weeks on end if I want. But as you can see, it's supposed to be 47 out today. I'm not seeing it. But anyhow, a guy left a very interesting comment on my one of my stupid videos. Let's just be honest. He said he wouldn't go from a 2014 to an older Goldwing like the ones I'm looking at. I thought about it for quite a while, and I thought, you know, I think that guy's right. So I got on the internet, started searching for newer Goldwings. First one I came across was a 2016. It had 67,000 miles on it. It was a nice color. I think it might have been red too. But the price was like almost $13,000. So reality set back in and said, well, you know, I could buy it. Obviously I could buy it, but do I want to be in debt forever? The payments on Big Red are $215 a month. That's nothing. I don't got to worry about it. Comes automatically out of my account. And it's not a struggle. It's not. Since I've had it, I've never thought, oh man, I don't know if I should make my payment this month. So that's what I don't want to avoid. I like plan in the future, you know. So I mean, that's excellent advice that guy gave me, and I'm going to keep looking. But I'm only going to buy from a dealership. I'm just not going to buy from a private individual. So, and even at the dealership, that Mike told me that they're being sold as is. But I'm going to test ride them at a dealership, and if there's any problems at all, I'm not going to buy them either there. But I have a warranty on Big Red I could transfer, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, because I don't see how they're going to cover a bike with 50,000 miles on it. I mean, they consider Big Red was new when I bought it. But yeah, that's about it. And I did guys' advice. I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep looking. But I think I have to face reality and decide if I want to have a huge payment or not. And like I said, I love riding motorcycles, but I want to go on further trips. I want to constantly run on the interstate too. So I've ridden this on the interstate a lot, especially up around Stevens Point and stuff. It's no problem at all. This bike will fucking fly. So I want that cruise control. You're riding around, 5, 6, 7 hours. When I get, I do maybe an hour and a half ride, and then I get off, go for a hike, and then jump back on. And, you get a little tired and wish you had cruise control. So I'm going to go with the Goldwing. I don't think it'll fit in here. I measured it at the showroom floor. It's like 9 feet. So I think it would be right up against this. Right up against where I shut the doors. Because then the cargo rack comes out of the trunk and stuff. So, all right. I just want to go over the Big Red there, and so people can see what they're going to get on this when they buy one of these ctx1300s. Another thing too I like, the lights on here are bright as hell. I love that Honda thing. So even the cheapest things they do never come loose, it's not faded or anything. And I said the plastics are in really good shape. Like I said, that tire, I always thought that tire was worth. I don't have to have them look at it, because I don't know. I think I can go another season on that thing yet. I mean, it's not even down to the paint. So I just might have gotten paranoid about the tire for no reason. So we'll see. I'll price it out. I'm definitely going to get the valves adjusted. But you can see this is up here in Wisconsin. The snow's melting. They said we got a total of 15 inches this year. I don't believe it. The most I ever seen up here was like 5 inches. So, okay, enjoy your day while I continue with the battle of what to do with Big Red or looking for a Goldwing. So, I think that was it. All right, bye-bye, you guys.